What's up guys, Chigs there from Chigs Tech Reviews. So today I bring you an ultimate pixel comparison video. We have the Pixel 6 versus Pixel 6a versus Pixel 7 versus Pixel 7 Pro. Now the aim is to show you the main differences between these smartphones, and we will be comparing these prices, specs, features, a mini camera comparison and lots more. And this video should ultimately help you decide whether you should upgrade and to which model. So let's first of all start off with the prices. Now these are the current prices as being sold on the official Google Pixel website. So Pixel 6 $599, Pixel 6a $399, Pixel 7 $599, and the Pixel 7 Pro $849. So very competitively priced. Now design and feel. First glance, they all look like they are from the same family, no doubt about that. Very distinctive design, and the evolution of this design is quite nice to see. The build quality actually looks quite similar. They all look like they have the same glass finish, but actually they are slightly different. The Pixel 6 is an all glass design. So you got Gorilla Glass Victus on the front with metal frame going all the way around. And on the back we have Gorilla Glass 6 and a big thick camera bump to go with it. Now no doubt this phone does feel very premium in the hands, very well made solid smartphone. Now the Pixel 6a is actually made from a combination of plastic and glass. So we have Gorilla Glass 3 on the front with metal frame going all the way around, and on the back is actually made from a premium plastic material which actually feels and looks like glass. So it does still manage to feel very similar in the hands to the Pixel 6. Now, if I had not referred to the specifications on the website, I would actually think this is made from glass. So the design of the Pixel 6a is actually an engineering marvel. How the hell did Pixel make the cheaper material feel as good as the more expensive models? So really like the build quality of the Pixel 6a. Now the new boys in town, Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro, and I have to say straight away, I'm loving that lemongrass color. I didn't think I would like it, but I went for it and it is beautiful. I really like the gold frame and gold camera bump. It looks really nice. Even the Pro version is designed so well. So Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro are both made from an all glass design. They both have Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and Gorilla Glass Victus on the back with a very nice metal frame going all the way around. But this time you can see the camera bump actually blends into the frame, which takes the design and beauty to the next level. Quick comparison with the Pixel 6 just to show you that the camera bump used to look like it was just stuck on, but now you can see it blends in with the frame. So a huge compliment to the design of the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro. I really like how these look and I really like how these feel. And the lemongrass color has very quickly become my favorite color in the entire range. I didn't think I would like this color, but wow, in person it looks amazing. Even the hazel color looks quite nice. Yeah, brilliant design with the 7 and 7 Pro. So you can see some of the obvious differences in the camera layout, with the new 7 Pro having the bigger camera sensor, which we'll come to a little bit later in the video. Now, if we talk about thickness, the Pixel 6, the Pixel 6a and the Pixel 7 Pro are all 8.9mm in thickness. But the Pixel 7 is actually slightly slimmer at 8.7mm. Now, weight-wise, the heaviest phone here is the Pixel 7 Pro, weighing in at 212 grams. Then the next heaviest is the Pixel 6, weighing in at 207 grams. Then is the Pixel 7, which is 197 grams. And the lightest from the three is the Pixel 6a, weighing in at only 178 grams. So these two phones are on the lighter side. Now all four phones have exactly the same layout of ports. So at the bottom you can see we have loudspeakers, antenna line, Type-C port and microphone, all in exact same order. Now on the right side they all have a single antenna and a SIM card tray. They are single 5G nano SIM trays with no microSD expansion in any of these phones. Now up on top it's slightly different. We can see a single microphone hole all on the same side. The bottom two phones have two antenna lines, and the top new Pixels have a single antenna line in the middle. The Pixel 7 Pro has this strange cutout, which I still haven't established what it's actually for. But when I do, I'll let you guys know in the comments. If you guys already know what that's for, let me know in the comments. And on this side, you can see we have power buttons and volume rockers and a single antenna line. All right, so let's talk about the display, starting off with the smallest phone. So the Pixel 6a has a 6.1 inch display. Then it's the Pixel 7, which has a 6.3 inch display. Then Pixel 6 with a 6.4 inch display. And then the largest from the bunch is the Pixel 7 Pro with a 6.7 inch display. Now they are all OLED displays and support HDR with slightly different refresh rates. Pixel 6a has a refresh rate of 60 Hz. Pixel 6 and Pixel 7 both support 90 Hz. And the Pixel 7 Pro has 120 Hz refresh rate. Screen resolutions. Pixel 6, Pixel 6a and the Pixel 7 all feature a 2400 by 1080 Full HD Plus resolution. The Pixel 7 Pro has a slightly higher resolution of 1440 by 2120. And the peak brightness for each: Pixel 6 800 nits peak, Pixel 6a slightly better peak of 1100 nits, Pixel 7 takes that up to 400 nits peak, and the Pixel 7 Pro takes that to a slightly higher 1500 nits. Right now I have all four phones set to 80% brightness. I even got the same wallpapers just to give you guys an apples to apples comparison. So let me quickly go to display settings and just show you brightness levels written there. Adaptive brightness is off, and we are at exactly the same brightness level, 80%. And all four screens look exactly the same. All four screens look beautiful. They are all OLED displays and they all support HDR. Now bezels look the same to me in all four phones. The difference is the Pixel 6, 6a and the Pixel 7 all have flat screens. But the Pixel 7 Pro actually has a screen which curves around the edges slightly. It's not an over the top curve, but it does curve very slightly around the edges, which you should be able to see now that I'm scrolling. And if I do the same scrolling, you can see that's a flat display on the 7. Now let's talk about the smooth display feature. Now most Pixel phones support smooth display, which is basically dynamic switching of the refresh rate. So it can automatically adjust the refresh rate based on what app you're using. But the Pixel 6a does not have that feature. It's actually 60 Hz refresh all the time. There is no dynamic switching. There is no option to automatically change the refresh rate. So it only supports 60 Hz, but I'm not complaining because you can see it's a very smooth 60 Hz. Somehow Pixel still managed the 6a to be very smooth. If we compare it to 90 Hz, you're not really going to be able to tell the difference. In fact, in some occasions, the Pixel 6a seems faster, and the 7 Pro is 120 Hz. So it's very hard for the naked eye to see this. Very few can tell the difference. Yes, the 120 Hz is more obvious and smoother than the 90 and the 60. A lot smoother, actually. But between 60 and 90, it's a bit difficult to tell the difference. Now the other three phones you can see do support smooth display, so it can automatically raise the refresh rate in some of your apps to the maximum rate possible for that extra smooth experience. But on these three phones, if you switch off the smooth display feature, then you will have yourself 60 Hz all the time, just like the Pixel 6a. But there is a benefit of switching off the smooth display when you don't need it. It's just going to give you that improved battery life. Now the Pixel 7 Pro has a slightly higher resolution, and therefore it has an extra feature. You can change the screen resolution from Full HD Plus to Quad HD Plus. The other three phones will not give you this option because they have a standard 2400 by 1080 Full HD Plus resolution. Now all four phones have an in-display fingerprint reader. So this is the 6, 6a, but the 7 and 7 Pro have a slightly faster upgraded fingerprint sensor. Now if we open up Netflix on all four phones, you can see they all support Netflix HDR, which is really nice to have. Now let's talk about the battery capacities. Pixel 6 has a 4616 mAh battery and supports 21 watt fast charging. Pixel 6a has a 4400 mAh battery and supports 18 watt fast charging. Pixel 7 has a 4344 mAh battery and supports 20 watt fast charging. And the Pixel 7 Pro has the biggest 5000 mAh battery and supports 23 watt fast charging. So the Pixel 6, 7 and 7 Pro all feature wireless charging at 20 watts. So basically wireless charging is more or less the same speed as their wired charging, but you do need a compatible wireless charger to achieve that top speed. The fast wireless chargers I have in my office would not give me more than 10 watts of wireless charging on these phones. The Pixel 6a supports no wireless charging at all, so just the 18 watt wired charging from Pixel 6a. Also, even when charging with the wire with any of these phones, you still need Google's 30 watt charger to take advantage of that top speed. The third-party chargers or power banks that I have will only give you between 10 to 15 watts max. So yes, I really expected Google to up their fast charging game to at least 30 watts wired charging. That would have been a really nice upgrade, and I'm sure you guys will agree with that. Now all of these phones have stereo speakers built in the same locations, so one bottom firing and the second speaker is on the earpiece. So they all produce great quality stereo sound. Now let's talk about processing power. Pixel 6 and Pixel 6a are powered by Google's Tensor chipset, which is a 5nm octa-core clocked at 2.8 GHz, and they both have Mali G78 graphics. Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro both have the new Google Tensor G2 chipset, which is also a 5nm octa-core clocked at a slightly higher 2.85 GHz, and they both have a slightly higher graphics, the Mali G710. Now you are getting LPDDR5 RAM across the board. So Pixel 6 and Pixel 7 both come with 8 gigs of RAM, and then you have a choice between 128 or 256 storage. The Pixel 6a is fixed. 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. That is it. That is the only option they currently have on their website. And the Pixel 7 Pro has the most RAM, so 12 gigs of RAM fixed, and a choice between 128 or 256 storage. Also, none of these phones support microSD expansion or have headphone jacks. Furthermore, all 4 phones do support dual SIM 5G, so they can take one physical 5G nano SIM, and you can also connect an eSIM. Alright, so now it's time to check out the cameras. Of course, one of Pixel's strongest features is the cameras and the software. These 3 phones here have dual sensors. Pixel 6 and Pixel 7 have a 50 megapixel primary and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide. The Pixel 6a has a 12.2 megapixel primary and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide. And the Pixel 7 Pro has the best from the bunch, 50 megapixel primary, 12 megapixel ultra-wide, and you have an extra 48 megapixel telephoto sensor. And on the front, the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6a have a front 8 megapixel camera, and the 7 and 7 Pro both have a 10.8 megapixel front camera. Alright, so I just want to share some samples with you guys. First one is a shot of one of my favorite handhelds, the Anbernic RG503, taken indoors with studio lights on. Now all the shots look pretty good, except the 6a has changed the color of the desk in the background. Pixel 7 is a bit out of focus in certain areas, if you look at the buttons and also the Nintendo logo. And even the Pixel 6, if you look at the buttons, they are a bit out of focus. Now I did just point and shoot. I did not specifically focus on any area, and you can see we've got interesting results. And if I had to pick my favorite shot from this bunch, then it has to be the Pixel 7 Pro. Now let's have a look at the next set of photos. So here is an outdoor shot, main camera, point and shoot, and this time it looks quite even. I'm actually finding it difficult to tell these ones apart. So outdoor shots in good lighting will produce the same results, and trying to pick a favorite would be nearly impossible. I even zoomed right into the photos to find any discrepancies, and I just could not find any. So favorite shot, very randomly, I'm selecting the Pixel 7. Now in the next shot, I was trying to make things a bit complicated to see how each camera handles the dynamic range. And this time I was surprised to see that the Pixel 6a did a better job. Now maybe the rays of the sun did not hit the Pixel 6a lens like it did the others. I can't say for sure, but it certainly has pulled through, producing the best shot in this scenario. So favorite shot, Pixel 6a. Now moving on, I had to do it again to make sure it was not a fluke, and this time it's not as dramatic, and you can see all cameras handled this situation quite well. Favorite shot, I'm picking the Pixel 7. Alright, selfie time. This one taken outdoors in good lighting. All enhancements are off just like all the other photos, and this time I think all the Pixels have done a pretty good job producing accurate skin tones, deep blacks, even the brick wall looks good. However, the Pixel 6a has appeared to change my skin tone slightly, making me a little bit more pale, and the brick wall is also slightly color changed in the 6a when compared to the other 3. Still looks good, but that is the only differences I can find here. So my favorite shot from the bunch is going to be out of the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro. And this time I'm going for the Pixel 7 Pro. All right, here's another quick selfie. This one taken indoors with normal lights. Studio lights are off, so kind of low light situation here. Pretty good results throughout. Pixel 6a again with the slight color changes, but still the picture doesn't look bad. And my favorite pick from this bunch has to be the Pixel 7 followed by the 7 Pro. Alright, time for some colourful photos in the kitchen, starting off
with the Marmite jar. If you look at the letters M and A in all the photos, most of them are slightly out of focus, apart from the Pixel 6a, which has actually taken the best looking shot from the bunch. So for this scenario, I'm picking Pixel 6a. Another quick one in the kitchen, mini cheddars, all four look identical this time, but if you look closely at the nutritional information, it's slightly out of focus in all the shots apart from the Pixel 6a. So that means if you're going to be taking photos in the kitchen, make sure you use the Pixel 6a. Okay, next shot's taken in a dark room with all the lights off. Maybe just my monitor light is left on behind me. All 4 pixels automatically took night mode shots as it detected that situation. And the best looking shot this time, in my opinion, is the Pixel 6. And I did another one in the dark just to see what happens. And strangely enough, I was impressed with the Pixel 6a this time. Alright, so here's a very quick video test shooting super smooth looking 4K video at 60 FPS from all 4 devices. And from what you can see, let me know what you guys think. Which Pixel phone shoots the best 4K video? Flip to the front facing video, again all shooting 4K 60 apart from the Pixel 6a, which only does 1080p max from the front camera. So that was just a very quick mini camera comparison, just giving you guys a small taste of how the cameras compare with each other. If you want to see a more detailed camera comparison, do let me know in the comments, and also which devices you want me to compare.
Alright, so all 4 phones are running stock Android 13. Arguably the best version of Android you can get right now. The Pixel software is basically second to none. The camera software and the processing is simply the best we've ever seen. Now the 7 and 7 Pro will take that processing to another level with the new Tensor 2 chip, giving you even better and faster processing results from your photos and videos. And also you get 5 years of ongoing updates when you buy a Pixel phone, which you simply can't go wrong with. Now a bit more on the performance side. Now considering we have an updated, more powerful Tensor chip, we have to compare it to the old chip to see the difference. So let's start off with benchmarks. All 4 phones have been updated to the latest firmware. You can see we are monitoring the thermals, you can see some overlays for the CPU, and you can also see the temperatures for the battery and the CPU. All the information is there. We are going to run some benchmark tests at the same time. If we open up Geekbench 5, you can see this is the latest version of Geekbench 5. Let's go ahead and run the benchmarks. I'll try and do it at the same time so we can also see which one finishes first. 1, 2, 3. These 2 phones both have the Google Tensor 1, and these 2 phones here have the Google Tensor 2. We're going to see which one can finish to 100% first. The highest temperature is 34 degrees on this phone. These 2 are 32 degrees, and this one here is 30 degrees. That is the CPU temperature. The temperature at the end is the battery temperature. So you can see 30, 28, 26, and 28. It's all there in front of you. You guys can see if there is going to be any overheating issues, but 30 degrees, 35 degrees is not an issue at the moment. You can also see the CPU load on each one, but they all seem neck and neck at the moment. I just can't wait to see who finishes first. They're all under 33 degrees, including the 7 Pro. 7 Pro has reached 100%, and so has the 7. The page hasn't changed yet. Okay, second. First place, second place, third place, and fourth place. And you can see the results as well. We start with the lowest score. So Pixel 6, 1035. Pixel 7, 1036. Not a big difference in single core. Then you've got 1047 in the 6A, believe it or not. And the highest score, the Pixel 7 Pro achieved a single core score of 1053. You can see the multi-core scores as well. So neck and neck, 2800, Pixel 6 and 6A. And the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, 3103 and 3182. So already you can see not a huge difference in performance in this CPU benchmark test. So here are the results for the Antutu benchmark test, and we have the latest version of Antutu installed on all 4 phones. So same as the Geekbench, the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro finished slightly before the other 2, and you can see the results. So the Pixel 6a has the lowest score, so 543K. Then we've got 614K on the Pixel 6, and the Pixel 7 has achieved 743K, and the highest score is 754K. So it looks like the Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro are winning in every single category when you're comparing to the previous gen Tensor 1 chip. So the Tensor 2 chip does perform a lot better than the Tensor 1, but this is expected, but not by a massive margin. Now if we have a look at the temperatures, you can see that the Google Pixel 7 Pro started off in 32 degrees, ended with 32 degrees, no sweat at all, it did not overheat. The Pixel 7 started off at 32 degrees, and by the end of the benchmark test it went up to 36 degrees, and right now you can see it's dropped down to 32. So it got a little bit hotter than the Pixel 7 Pro. The Pixel 6a started off hot. It started off at 38 degrees and then it finished off at 37, current temperature's 31. And finally the Pixel 6 started off at 37, ended at 39. So the phone that actually got the hottest during this operation was the Pixel 6, followed by the Pixel 6a, then the Pixel 7, and the coolest phone from the bunch was the Pixel 7 Pro, which is actually quite an interesting result. It ran cooler and it gave the highest score as well. And to give you a better idea, here is my top performing smartphone chart of 2022, showing you the latest smartphones and seeing how they compare with each other. And as you can see, the Pixel 7 Pro has ranked at position 28 with a benchmark score of 754K. And just underneath you will see the Pixel 7, and further down at position 42 and 43 you will find the Pixel 6a and the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. So performance is on par with the Snapdragon 888. Even the Exynos 2200 found in the S22 Ultra, which you will see at position 11, outperforms the new Tensor 2 chip. So you can see the Galaxy S22 Ultra at position 11 has scored 965K. Now you can view the full versions of all my charts online at chigstech.com and read them at your leisure, and it's also completely free of charge. Now this does not mean the Tensor chip is bad or weak. You can pretty much do anything you like on these smartphones. You can play any game from the Play Store, including PUBG, Apex Legends, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, etc. You can play any of these games quite easily, and everything works super fast on these phones, especially with the Google software to go with it. Alright, so now it's time for some gaming. So let's just open up Call of Duty Mobile on each of these phones. We're going to compare the COD graphic settings first of all, and I can only do this 2 at a time because I've only got 2 logins for COD. So Pixel 6 and Pixel 6a, both with the Tensor 1 chip. Graphics options are exactly the same, so we've both got very high and maximum frame rate. So the graphics settings for 7 and 7 Pro, you can see the maximum graphics selectable is very high, but the frame rate, we have an option for Ultra. So we don't have the Ultra option in the Tensor 1, but the Ultra option is there. But when you select Ultra, it's going to drop the graphics quality down to low. So if we compare apples to apples, I'm going to set all 4 of these on very high and max. So let's test out some gameplay. So we're going to start off with the Pixel 6. Here we go.
Contact! Tango down! Enemy down! Satellite ready to deploy and launch. Repeat, friendly nuke has been launched. Contact with enemy! Target down!
And by the end of that gaming test, you can see the temperature. CPU temperature was around 38 degrees. It's going down now, and battery temperature 35 degrees. And the stats were available throughout that gaming test. Alright, so now it's time for the Pixel 6a. Here we go.
Enemy inside. Enemy down. Contact with enemy. Losing B. Headshot. Enemy contact. Right, move! Reloading! Shot! Contact with enemy. Losing A. Contact. Tango down. We're capturing A, capturing Bravo. It's too close. Fight harder. Enemy in sight. We captured B.
So that's one round of Call of Duty on the Pixel 6a. You can see the end temperatures, 36 degrees CPU and 34 degrees battery. Now it's time for the new phones. Let's start off with Pixel 7. Here we go.
Contact with enemy. Enemy down. Smoke. Out! Targets in sight! Enemy contact! Standing by. Contact with enemy. Recon ready for deployment.
Okay, so after a round of Call of Duty Mobile, you can see the temperatures. CPU temperature 35 degrees and battery temperature 33. Now it's time to test the Pixel 7 Pro.
Target down! Contact with enemy! Target in sight! Contact! Tested. Enemy down! Target down! Hardpoint contested. Enemy contact! Ready for deployment. Need backup! Contact with enemy! Enemy contact! Enemy! Ready for deployment or killer drone on standby. We tied for the lead. Enemy contact! Lost the lead. Predator missile on standby. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Target's in sight. Enemy down.
So you can see the temperatures after a full game of COD Mobile. We were at around 39 degrees CPU and the battery was around 38. So there you have it, guys. That was my quad comparison between the Pixel phones. So you might be thinking of upgrading or even buying your first Pixel phone. And I just wanted to show you the main differences between these phones and effectively help you decide better which one to go for. And I don't think any reviewer out there will tell you that a Pixel phone is a bad phone. Yes, there are going to be pros and cons to every device out there, but the Google Pixel phones offer the best all-round experience, and the 7 Pro has actually made me want to reconsider using my iPhone 14 Pro. Full comparison coming soon. Now there is so much tech packed into the Pixel phones. The software is the strongest selling point. No matter how tech savvy you are, anyone can pick up a Pixel phone and start using it. It's probably one of the most user-friendly phones, as user-friendly as an iPhone. In fact, on some occasions, I think the Pixel is actually more user-friendly than an iPhone, especially in the camera department. Now the cameras and the camera software are no doubt amazing. Every time I'm filming with a Pixel phone, I'm actually enjoying the experience. It's like I'm having fun whilst filming at the same time, especially when I see the end results. Now there is nothing out there that can compare to the user experience of a Pixel phone. This is not a sponsored video, guys, even if it sounds like one. This is my genuine opinion. Every single Pixel phone that releases, you better bet your bottom dollar I'm going to get my hands on it, because they are the best software experience you can get on an Android phone. And on that note, that is how I'm going to end this video. Let me know which Pixel phone you currently have and whether or not you are thinking of upgrading. Do share your thoughts in the comments, as I do read every single comment and I also try to respond to most of them. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.